Now we have our shape. I'm going to clean it up with some methylated spirits to get all the dust out of the grain, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour the bottom black. Something new. Never coloured a piece on the bottom, just black. Always coloured it. So I just want a neutral contrast or neutral colour on the bottom, and then we will polish it up. And then I've got in my head what I'm going to do, but I don't know if it's going to work. So fingers crossed it'll work. So we'll leave that to dry, and then we'll come back and spray the bottom black. Alright, so we've got Hampshire sheen black, and I'm going to spray it. So I'm going to make sure I cover my lathe up, because we don't want all this crud all over my lathe. A little airbrush. Going to give this a go. So I have used this a couple of times on a couple of projects, but not to video. So we'll see what happens. Nice and black. Right, let's get some sand and sealer on it, and then we will get some wax on it. I think I'm just going to do it with Hampshire sheen high gloss wax to bring the gloss out on it, and hopefully we can get a nice deep black. I may even put some black embellishing wax on it, just to give it because in some of the grain you can still see some of the white, so hopefully this will fill the grain. So let's get it sanded and sealed. Right, so we've got our black, we've got it sanded and sealed. So I'm going to give it a coat of the Hampshire sheen embellishing wax now in black. I was going to do a bit of silver in it, but I just want to try and keep it all black, to be honest, so I'm just going to do black. Try and work it right into the grain. Right, so I'm going to let it soak in for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and buff it up. Let's give it a bit of magic. Let's buff it up and make it look pretty. Shiny. Right, give it a coat of Hampshire sheen finishing wax, or paste wax, whatever you want to call it, and I think the bottom will be done. Are you ready for the shine? Here it comes, get ready for it. Well, there it is. It's black. Very, very black. I like. Right, let's get it flipped. So there you go. That's the bottom all done. I ain't going to do no more to that. And obviously I'll just finish the edge once I get it turned to what shape I want it. Alright, so I think the shape I'm going to go for this is sort of quite thin to a bit of a hump, about that. Well, I'll do it just in the middle, and then once I've done my colour or design on the outside, I'll then just gently score the middle out, so it's more of a decorative piece than a useful piece. So yeah, so I'm going to go quite thin here, perhaps leave 3 maybe 4 mil here, and then bring it so it's maybe 5 or 6 mil higher in the centre. So that's the plan. I may change my mind, because you know I normally change my mind, but that's what I'm going to go for now. So yeah, we'll see. Well, we have our basic shape. Like I said, a bit of a contour on there. So I'm going to clean that out with some methylated spirits. Alright, so I've cleaned up with some meths, and I'm going to call it a night. The reason being it's 9:30, I ain't had no tea yet, so that's going to have to wait till tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. So it's been a couple of days before I'd managed to get in here, and I have just coloured this, but I've got the press record on the cameras. So what I've done is I've taken it all back, and I'm going to redo it just to show you guys. So we're sanded to 400. It's all cleaned with methylated spirits to get any sand or any dust out of the grain. So what I'm going to do is I want a red band around the middle with black around each edge, so that's like feathering into the red, and then we're going to I'm going to gouge out this piece in the middle here. Again, it's going to be more of a decorative piece than actually a usable piece. So that's the plan. So first off, I'm going to get the reds out and spray the whole thing red. Then I'm going to do it with ruby red. I'm going to sand it back and then do flame red and do that, and then maybe put a little bit of honey over the top of it, just to sort of little specks, but we'll see. Trial and error. It's all just trial and error. So anyway, let's get the paints out. No, not paints, let's get the stains out. So again, I'm going to use the airbrush, because I feel, to be honest, using the airbrush on this project and a couple of projects that I've done that I haven't recorded, I feel you actually get a better coat with the airbrush. You get more of an evener coat than when you put it on with tissue. You seem to get thicker in places than the others. That makes sense. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to cover my lathe up so I don't get it all covered in spray. And let's get colouring. Don't forget, wear your mask. So I've put my red in, I'll put the yellow in. I'm also going to have a band of black around the outside, and then I'm going to do this ring black. Do I put a fine line of orange around there, or do I leave it like that? Less is more, as they say, is the word, isn't it? So I think I'm going to leave it like that. And then just do my black hair and my black on the edge, and I think I ain't going no further because I don't want to overdo it. So I think that is going to be, so I think I'm going to leave that like that and just do the black now, and if need to be I'll put a bead of orange in there, but I think I'll put a bead of orange in there. I think that might be too much. I don't know. I think that looks better. What I've done is I've gone over this with a bit of ruby and just feathered it out a little bit further. And because there's the ruby over the yellow, it's got like an orangey reddy tinge to it. So I think I'll leave it at that. Right, so I've just got to put my black on it. And then should be about right. I'll turn this because you can see a bit better then. Because my other camera's just run out of memory card, and I'm too lazy to go in the house and get another memory card for 15 minutes. So unfortunately, this view is going to have to do you for the rest of the video. Right, so let's get a bit of black on it and get this baby finished. So I'll give that a chance to dry, and then we'll get a coat of sand and sealer over it, and then we can get the middle turned out. I went and got a new card for the camera, or another card for the camera. I didn't want to disappoint you. Right, so that's dried. We'll give it a coat of acrylic sand and sealer, and hopefully get it sealed up. We'll see what happens. To be honest, got a pretty good shine on it before I even finished it. Anyway guys, right, I'm gonna get the middle turned out, and then we can finish it off. And like I say, I think I may lacquer it to give it a nice rich shine. Yeah, I think that would look better if that was nice and shiny. So anyway, let's get this turned out the middle. There's not going to be a lot to turn out, because obviously we're just turning that piece out there. So yeah, let's crack on with it. Got a bit of a shine to it. what I'm going to do is let that dry, and then I may go over that with a bit of burnishing cream, see if we can get a better shine on it. It's got a good shine now, but you can see all the grain in it where it hasn't filled in the grain. If the bowl would have been flat, I'd have filled all the grain with lacquer. Because the way it is, you can't put mega thick coats on it, and I don't really want to be spraying it flat because I'm going to end up with dripping along the edge here, which I don't want to do. So what I'm going to do is leave that to dry overnight, and maybe tomorrow as well, because I've put about 7 coats on there in a short period of time. So really it should have been 20-30 minutes in between each coat, but I've put 7 coats on in about an hour and a half. So it's going to be a bit tacky and a bit soft, so I may give it a couple of days to dry in the warm workshop, and then we'll buff it up. But at the moment I like. So I'll come back to you guys when that's dry. So there you go guys, it's had about 3 days to dry now. I've just brought off the lathe. I give it a coat of burnishing cream just to bring the shine up a little bit better. The thing I do like is that I've still got, you can see around the edge here, if you get in the light, you can still see part of the grain, which I do like that. I don't know if you can see it if I get it close. Yeah, you can just see the grain in here. Where is it? Here. You can just see which I quite like that look. It just sort of gives it a bit of a bit better character look, and it makes it actually still look like wood rather than if it was just perfectly smooth, it'd just be like a piece of glass. So I do like that effect. So I'm happy with that. Obviously we got the gloss black. There's a few fingerprints on there, but that'll clean off. The middle bit is just Hampshire sheen, obviously because it was in the chuck when we sprayed it, so we couldn't really get to that. But once I get my SK Krafts sticker in there, you don't really see a lot of that, so I'm happy with that. Nice and thin on the edge, nice taper. Looks a bit like a UFO, doesn't it? Anyway, yeah, I've got the shape I wanted, and we just got that little bit of in the middle. I did hollow out a little bit on the edges just to give it a little bit more class. Do you call it class? Anyway, a bit more character, class, whatever you want to call it. So no, I am really pleased with this. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, then please smash that like and share button, and yeah, another project to the list. So anyway guys, have a great weekend. Speak to you soon. Take care, and bye for now.